Hello aspirants, hello and welcome. This is Ayesha Khan, your UGC NET English faculty at Super Coaching by Testbook. Welcome to today's session wherein we're going to discuss questions from Victorian age novelists. We're going to discuss the questions as well as the explanations of those questions. So I would want everybody to join in. Good morning everyone. Good morning Ishita, Ranjit, good morning. Good afternoon, yes exactly, good afternoon. Hanji, I hope all of you are doing well. We'll wait for everyone to join in and then we'll begin. अच्छा, in the meantime, जब तक सब join कर रहे हैं, let me just ask you something. 6th July, because today is 6th July, right? 6th July is supposed to be the birthday of a very famous author, a very famous British author, and this particular author was born on this day. So this author won two Booker prizes. Do you know the author? एक ब्रिटिश ऑथर हैं, बहुत फेमस थी वो. इन 2022 शी पास्ड अवे, लेकिन उन्होंने अपनी 2 नॉवेल्स के लिए 2 बुकर प्राइजेस जीते थे. हु वाज द ऑथर? एंड शी वाज बोर्न ऑन 6th जुलाई, दैट इज टुडेज डे. 6th July, British author, known for having won 2 Bookers. हाँ जी, चलिए स्टार्ट आंसरिंग. British author हैं, 6 जुलाई को she was born. She won 2 Booker prizes instead of just 1 prize. She is one of the very few authors जिनको 2 Booker prizes मिले हुए हैं. हाँ जी, anyone? All right, Ranjit says no idea, it's okay. The author is author का नाम है Hilary Mantel. Hilary Mantel. Hilary Mantel won 2 Booker prizes. 2 Booker prizes. उनकी 2 नॉवेल्स हैं. एक नॉवल है वुल्फ हॉल, द अदर नॉवल इज ब्रिंगिंग अप द बॉडीज. इन दोनों नॉवेल्स के लिए उनको 2 बुकर प्राइजेस मिले हैं. वेरी वेरी गुड आफ्टरनून देवाशीष, वेलकम एवरीवन, वेलकम. हाँ जी, तो हम जो दोज ऑफ यू हैव जस्ट ज्वाइन, हम बात कर रहे हैं आज के एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट राइटर के बारे में जो 6 जुलाई को शी वाज बोर्न ऑन दिस पर्टिकुलर डे, राइट. उनका नाम है हिलरी मैंटल, एंड हिलरी मैंटल इज नोन बिकॉज शी वन 2 बुकर प्राइजेस. बहुत ही फेमस नॉवेलिस्ट हैं, ब्रिटिश ऑथर हैं, और उनको 2 बुकर प्राइजेस मिले थे. उन बुकर प्राइजेस का नाम है वुल्फ हॉल एंड ब्रिंगिंग अप दी बॉडीज. इनफैक्ट जो सेकेंड नॉवल है, इट वॉज अ सीक्वल टू द वेरी फर्स्ट नॉवल. हिलरी मैंटल, यस दैट्स करेक्ट, हिलरी मैंटल. अच्छा, what I want you people to do as a homework is कि इस और there are 3 or 4 more authors जिनको 2 Booker prizes मिले हैं, right? There are not many authors जिनको 2 Booker prizes मिले हैं. You have to remember the list of the other authors as well. एक तो हिलरी मैंटल हो गई हैं, उसके अलावा और कौन से authors हैं जिनको 2 Booker prizes मिले हैं. आपको उनके नाम पता होने चाहिए, and the novels that they won the Booker prizes for, आपको वो पता होना चाहिए, ठीक है. So what you can do is after this session ends, go back, look up वो authors कौन से हैं, and tell me in the comment section कि वो authors कौन से हैं. वो आपका homework हो जाएगा. Debashi says Wolf Hall publication, ma'am. हाँ जी, the two novels are Wolf Hall, and the second one is Bringing Up the Bodies. This second novel is actually a sequel to the first novel. चलिए, very very important author. Somebody you should definitely cover for UGC NET exam. चलिए आज का सेशन स्टार्ट करते हैं. आज के सेशन में we're going to talk about questions from Victorian age. तो हम Victorian age के जो novelists हैं उनके questions आज के सेशन में cover करने वाले हैं. Let's begin with the very first question. The very first question says, विच नॉवल फीचर्स द कैरेक्टर पिप, इन कौन सी नॉवल में पिप का कैरेक्टर आपके पास आता है? इज इट वदरिंग हाइट्स, मिडिल मार्च, डेविड कॉपरफील्ड और ग्रेट एक्सपेक्टेशंस? विच ऑफ दीज नॉवेल्स हैज अ कैरेक्टर नेम्ड पिप? ये एक विक्टोरियन नॉवल के कैरेक्टर हैं, उनका नाम है पिप। वो कौन सी नॉवल में फीचर होते हैं, इज योर क्वेश्चन। हाँ जी, स्टार्ट आंसरिंग। विच नॉवल फीचर्स द कैरेक्टर ऑफ पिप? Ranjit says D. D. We'll wait for everybody to answer. बाकी बताइए, what should be the answer? पिप कौन से नॉवल के कैरेक्टर हैं? पिप इनफैक्ट कैरेक्टर ही नहीं है, वो प्रोटैगनिस्ट भी हैं। तो नॉवल कौन सी है? यू हैव टू टेल द नॉवल। मोस्ट ऑफ यू आर सेइंग डी। बाकी बताइए, वी हैव स्टार्टेड ऑन विद अ वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन, वी आर स्टार्टिंग ऑन इजी। हाँ जी, ठीक है, ओके। सिंस मोस्ट ऑफ यू आर सेइंग डी, द आंसर इज डी, ग्रेट एक्सपेक्टेशंस। चार्ल्स डिकेंस जो एक बहुत सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट विक्टोरियन नॉवलिस्ट इनफैक्ट वो हैं, उनकी एक नॉवल है ग्रेट एक्सपेक्टेशंस। उस ग्रेट एक्सपेक्टेशंस का एक कैरेक्टर, इनफैक्ट उनका जो प्रोटैगनिस्ट है उनका नाम होता है पिप। कंप्लीट नेम होता है फिलिप पिरिप, बट इट हैज बीन शॉर्टेंड टू Pip. He is the protagonist and the narrator. Not just the protagonist, he's also the narrator. He tells his own story in Charles Dickens's novel called Great Expectations, which was published in 1861. And like many other characters of Charles Dickens, this particular character is also a very beloved character in English literature. Right? The answer is Great Expectations. In Great Expectations, we have the protagonist named Pip. Chaliye, we'll move on. The second question is, Sybil Vane is a character in Wilde's only novel and she performs plays of which famous dramatist? तो ऑस्कर वाइल्ड की एक ही नॉवल है, मेजरली उन्होंने प्लेज लिखे थे, बट ही हैज वन नॉवल एंड इन दैट पर्टिकुलर नॉवल देयर इज अ कैरेक्टर नेम्ड सिबिल वेन। सिबिल वेन एक्ट्रेस होती हैं और वो प्लेज में परफॉर्म करती हैं। तो वो किस प्लेराइट के प्लेज में परफॉर्म करती हैं, इज व्हाट यू हैव टू टेल मी। सिबिल वेन, वाइल्ड की जो ओनली नॉवल है उसका नाम क्या है? What was the only novel written by Oscar Wilde? The only novel, the one novel that Oscar Wilde wrote was called, the novel was called The Picture of Dorian Gray. The Picture of Dorian Gray is the only novel written by Oscar Wilde. It has a character named Sybil Vane. वो सिबिल वेन जो कैरेक्टर हैं वो एक एक्ट्रेस होती हैं। वो किस प्लेराइट के प्लेज में एक्ट करती हैं एज हीरोइन? Debashi says Ben Jonson. The rest of you please start answering. Is it Ben Jonson? Is it William Shakespeare? Is it John Webster? Or is it John Lilly? Which of these is the correct answer? Ranjit says D, John Lilly. हाँ जी, keep answering, keep answering. Let's see क्या आंसर है। सिबिल वेन, चलिए we'll look at the answer. The answer is William Shakespeare. सिबिल वेन एक एक्ट्रेस हैं, लंदन के जो थिएटर्स हैं वहाँ पर वो एक्ट करती हैं, और विलियम शेक्सपियर के जो प्लेस हैं उनकी जो हीरोइंस होती हैं उनका रोल वो करती हैं, राइट? सो सिबिल वेन, who is Dorian's love interest in the novel The Picture of Dorian Gray, is a beautiful actress who works in a theater in London. She plays the role of many of Shakespeare's heroines, not just one heroine, but multiple heroines by Shakespeare from the novels of Shakespeare. Those heroines include Cordelia, Imogen, Desdemona, Juliet, Portia, Rosalind, and Beatrice. Yes, it was Oscar Wilde who said no book is a good or bad book. It's either good, well written or badly written. Yes, that's very correct. Chalo, we'll move on. Next question is, a novel without a hero is the subtitle of which novel? ये आपको novel का नाम नहीं है, ये सिर्फ subtitle का नाम है. You have to tell me what was the title of the novel जिसका ये subtitle है. Was it Vanity Fair, Orlando, Lowell the Widower, or Dennis Deville? Ranjit says A, Vanity Fair. Let's see बाकियों को क्या लगता है. Let's let everybody answer. हाँ जी. Devashi also says A, Vanity Fair. Okay. ठीक है. Now that everybody is saying Vanity Fair, A ही correct होगा, है ना? The correct answer is A, Vanity Fair. Vanity Fair, which was a novel written by William Makepeace Thackeray. William Makepeace Thackeray, who was the author of Vanity Fair, the novel that was published in 1848. और novel का subtitle है A Hero, a Novel Without a Hero. इस नॉवल में क्या होता है, वी हैव टू कैरेक्टर्स, और जो पूरी नॉवल है वो स्टोरी है वो रिवॉल्व करती है अराउंड द लाइफ, फैमिली, फ्रेंड्स एंड किन ऑफ दीज टू कैरेक्टर्स. द कैरेक्टर्स आर बेकी शार्प एंड अमेलिया सेडली. चलिए, yes, Becky Sharp and Amelia Sedley. We'll move on to the next question, which says, when does the Return of the Native begin? Return of the Native is a novel by Thomas Hardy, who was a Victorian novelist. लेट विक्टोरियन एज के नॉवलिस्ट हैं थॉमस हार्डी. उनकी एक नॉवल है द रिटर्न ऑफ द नेटिव. रिटर्न ऑफ द नेटिव की जो नैरेटिव है वो स्टार्ट होती है ऑन अ पर्टिकुलर डे. व्हाट इज दैट डे? इज दैट डे हैलोवीन, गाय फॉक्स नाइट, क्रिसमस ईव और न्यू ईयर्स ईव? हाँ जी, थॉमस हार्डी की नॉवल है. द नॉवल इज कॉल्ड द रिटर्न ऑफ द नेटिव. इट बिगिंस ऑन अ स्पेसिफिक डे. इट बिगिंस ऑन अ पर्टिकुलर डे. व्हाट इज दैट डे? हाँ जी, मोस्ट ऑफ यू से द आंसर इज C, Christmas Eve. I assume this was an easy question, but it seems it isn't. No, the answer is not Christmas Eve. The answer is Guy Fawkes Night. Guy Fawkes Night, which is observed on November 5. Guy Fawkes Night को bonfire night भी कहा जाता है. Bonfire night. इफ़ यू रेड योर हिस्ट्री ऑफ ब्रिटिश एज, तो आप ब्रिटिश लिटरेचर, तो आपको पता होगा गाय फॉक्स नाइट इज़ एक्चुअली द नाइट जब गाय फॉक्स जो प्लॉट है वो उन्होंने एग्जीक्यूट किया था, राइट? सो गाय फॉक्स नाइट इज़ एक्चुअली 5th नवंबर, और इस डे को हम ऑब्जर्व करते हैं एवरी ईयर ऑन 5th नवंबर, ऑल्सो कॉल्ड बॉनफायर नाइट. तो जो हार्डी की नॉवल है रिटर्न ऑफ द नेटिव, वो स्टार्ट होती है, उसका जो वेरी फर्स्ट जो आपको जो एक इंसिडेंट दिखाते हैं वो होता है गाय फॉक्स नाइट पर. ठीक है. The Return of the Native, which is a novel by Thomas Hardy. It was his 6th published novel. Thomas Hardy की 6th novel है The Return of the Native, right? And it is here that we see the novel beginning at the evening of the Guy Fawkes night. हाँ जी. चलिए, we'll move on then. This particular question has to be remembered because none of you got it correct. The answer is not Christmas Eve. The answer is Guy Fawkes Night. The Return of the Native, a novel by Thomas Hardy, begins on Guy Fawkes Night, which is actually 5th November. Chaliye, we'll move on to the next question. Next question asks, which of the following is not being a keyword here, not the pen name of a Victorian age novelist? तो क्या होता था विक्टोरियन एज में, मोस्ट ऑफ द नॉवलिस्ट, स्पेशली जो फीमेल नॉवलिस्ट थी, दे डिड नॉट राइट अंडर देयर ओन नेम. व्हाट दे यूज्ड टू डू इज दे यूज्ड टू हैव pseudonyms. They used to have pen names under which they wrote and published their works, right? So which of these is not the pen name of a Victorian novelist? Is it George Eliot, Currer Bell, Acton Bell or Emma Hastings? हाँ जी. Which of these is not the pen name of a Victorian novelist? Not. Ranjit says D, Emma Hastings. The rest of you, what do you think is the correct answer? इनमें से कौन सा नाम एक पेन नेम नहीं है, विक्टोरियन नॉवलिस्ट का पेन नेम नहीं है? हाँ जी. चलिए, दिस इज एन इजी वन, वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन. चलिए, let's look at the answer then. हाँ जी, the answer is Emma Hastings. Emma Hastings. The rest of these three names are actual pen names of Victorian novelists, while George Eliot is the pen name of Mary Ann Evans, Currer Bell is the pen name of Charlotte Bronte, and Acton Bell is the pen name of Anne Bronte. There was another Bronte sister named Emily Bronte, Emily Bronte, and her pen name was Alice Bell. And these are the three Bronte sisters for you. These are the three famous Bronte sisters for you who existed and wrote during the Victorian times. Chaliye, I hope you'll remember the pen names of these famous authors. Mary Ann Evans, who wrote under the name George Eliot, Charlotte Bronte, who is the author of Jane Eyre, and she wrote under the pen name Currer Bell, Anne Bronte, who wrote under the name Acton Bell, and Emily Bronte, who wrote under the name Alice Bell. Chaliye, yes, Ranjit, Emily Bronte, Alice Bell, that's the correct answer. We'll move on to the next question, which says, which among the following is not a novel by Benjamin Disraeli? Benjamin Disraeli. Which of these novels is not written by Benjamin Disraeli? Vivian Grey, Sybil or the Two Nations, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow और Lothair? इन चार novels में से एक novel Benjamin Disraeli ने नहीं लिखी है. You have to pick that particular novel. Not. हाँ जी. Benjamin Disraeli ने इनमें से कौन सी novel नहीं लिखी है? Which of these is not written by Disraeli? चलिए start answering. Seems like nobody knows the answer to this question. Benjamin Disraeli. Not just an important writer, but also a very, very important figure in the history of Britain. Benjamin Disraeli. Ankita thinks the answer is B, Sybil, The Two Nations. Ranjit thinks the answer is D, Lothair. Aman thinks the answer is B, Sybil. Good afternoon, Tabassum. हाँ जी. अच्छा, unfortunately, ना answer D है, ना answer B है. The answer is C. The answer is C, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. First of all, this particular work is not a novel, and two, it was not written by Benjamin Disraeli. It was written by a writer named Washington Irving, जो एक American writer थे. It was a short story published in 1820. जो बाकी आपके पास तीन novels हैं, Vivian Grey, Sybil, The Two Nations और Lothair, वो तीनों novels Benjamin Disraeli ने ही pen down की थी. Alright, the answer is The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, written by Washington Irving. Chaliye, we'll move on. The next question asks, which of the following Victorian novelists was born in Calcutta in British India? So जब India में British rule था उस time पर, this particular novelist was born in India itself and later he moved back to England. Who is the author? Who's the author? He's an English author, but he was born in India. What India? India before independence, pre-independence India, British India में he was born. Ranji says the answer must be C, William Makepeace Thackeray. Let's let everybody answer. Hanji, Devashish thinks the same. Okay. ठीक है, Tabassum also thinks the same. All right then, if everybody thinks the same, the answer is C, William Makepeace Thackeray. Thackeray, who was a Victorian novelist, and he was born in India, in Calcutta, which was under British rule at that point of time, and then he moved to England. Later he moved to England, right? Hanji, W.M. Thackeray, William Makepeace Thackeray, right? That's the correct answer. We'll move on to the next question. The next question is, which of these novels by Charles Dickens was not? Please make sure you read the word not. Not is the key word here. Which of these novels by Charles Dickens, was not completed at the time of his death? Basically, what they're asking is, Dickens, जब Dickens की death हुई, what were the works that he left unfinished or incomplete? Which of these is not a complete novel? Which of these he could not manage to complete in his lifetime, during his lifetime? Is it A Tale of Two Cities, or David Copperfield, or Vanity Fair, or Edwin Drood? Which of these? चलिए start answering. अच्छा, those of you who think कि आंसर C होना चाहिए, definitely C तो बिल्कुल नहीं होना चाहिए, because C, Vanity Fair is not even a novel written by Dickens. तो इसको तो rule out कर देते हैं, eliminate कर दो इस वाले option को. Now you have three options left: A Tale of Two Cities, David Copperfield, or Edwin Drood. Okay. Most of you say the answer must be D. Okay, most of you think the answer must be D. Chaliye, we'll look at the answer then. The answer is in fact D. The answer is in fact D. Edwin Drood. The complete title was The मिस्ट्री ऑफ एडविन ड्रूड. ये एक नॉवल थी जो चार्ल्स डिकेंस लिख रहे थे एट द टाइम व्हेन ही डाइड, बट ही कुड नॉट मैनेज टू कंप्लीट द नॉवल. तो नॉवल उनके डेस्क पर हमें मिली थी आफ्टर ही डाइड, राइट? सो दिस इज नॉट अ फिनिश्ड नॉवल, उनका अनफिनिश्ड वर्क है. द कंप्लीट टाइटल इज द मिस्ट्री ऑफ एडविन ड्रूड. तो ये पॉस्थ्यूमसली पब्लिश होता है इन 1870. पॉस्थ्यूमसली पब्लिश हुआ था इन 1870. हाँ जी. डिकेंस डिस्पाइट द ह्यूज लिटरेरी आउटपुट दैट ही गेव अस, वो कुछ एक नॉवेल्स कंप्लीट नहीं कर पाए थे. एडविन ड्रूड इज वन ऑफ देम. चलिए, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज which of these is not a novel by the Bronte sisters? Not again is the keyword here. Persuasion, Agnes Grey, The Tenant of Wilfield Hall or The Professor. इनमें से कौन सी नॉवल एक ब्रॉन्टे सिस्टर ने नहीं लिखी है? When I say the Bronte sisters, I mean Charlotte Bronte, Emily Bronte and Anne Bronte. Which of these novels was not written by the Bronte sisters? इनमें से एक नॉवल है जो किसी और ऑथर की है, वन ऑफ द ब्रॉन्टे सिस्टर्स ने नहीं लिखी है. द आंसर इज A. Persuasion. Everybody is saying persuasion is the answer. A is the answer. हाँ जी. Aman thinks the answer it should be A. Okay. ठीक है. All right, we'll look at the answer then. The answer is in fact Persuasion. A. Persuasion was not a novel by the Bronte sisters. Persuasion was a novel by Jane Austen, who was a romantic age novelist, right? So Persuasion was written by Jane Austen. Agnes Grey was written by Anne Bronte. In fact, Anne Bronte की first novel हो जाती है Agnes Grey. Tenant of Wilfield Hall Anne Bronte की second और last novel है. Basically, she only wrote 2 novels. This is the first novel. This is second and also her last novel. And then we have The Professor, which was written by Charlotte Bronte. In fact, Professor was the one novel that Charlotte Bronte wrote before she wrote her magnum opus work, Jane Eyre. तो Jane Eyre से पहले Charlotte Bronte Professor लिख चुकी थी, but this novel would not get published until after Jane Eyre was published. Jane Eyre पहले publish हो जाती है and Professor would get published later. Yes, Persuasion was written by Jane Austen. That's correct. चलिए. All right, should we move on to the next question then? The next question is, arrange the following novels by Charles Dickens in the order of their publication years. Now, this particular question is the kind of model question जो आपके पास आ जाते हैं chronology questions के under in your NET exam. So this is the chronology question. If you've covered Dickens but you haven't covered his works in order of the publication years, you will not be able to answer the question. The novels are Hard Times, Bleak House, Great Expectations and A Tale of Two Cities. You have to arrange these novels in the order of their publication years. The novel that was published the earliest has to be placed first. The novel that was published last has to be placed at last. Yeah. Should the answer be, which of these should be the answer? Okay, Debashish thinks it's D. Tabassum also thinks it's D. All these novels were written by Dickens, but you have to give me the order of the publication years. Hanji. Hard Times in 1854. Okay, that's good. You remember the year. Okay. Dickens is one of those authors जिसकी chronology काफ़ी frequently पूछी जाती है. This year around they also asked chronology of D.H. Lawrence, but Dickens is also a very very common author जो chronology questions में आ जाते हैं. हाँ जी. Shrubani also thinks the answer is D. 21343. 2143. Let me just 2 Bleak House. 1 is Hard Times. 4 is A Tale of Two Cities, and then we have Great Expectations. So the order that you people are saying is Bleak House, Hard Times, A Tale of Two Cities, and Great Expectations, which is indeed the correct answer. The correct answer is 2143. So Bleak House, which was published in 1852, then Hard Times, which was Dickens's 10th novel, was published in 1854. Then we have 1859, which saw the publication of A Tale of Two Cities, and finally there is Great Expectations, published in the year 1861. Now those of you who remember these publication years were able to actually put these in order, and that's very, very important. हाँ जी, चलिए. All right, then we've come to the next question, which says, which of these was not a Dickensian character? These four names are actually characters from novels, but one of them is not a character from Dickens's novels, right? Charles Dickens की जो novels हैं उनमें से एक ही character नहीं है. The characters' names are Bill Sikes, Mr. Pecksniff, Sam Weller, and Tom Sawyer. Which of these is not a character in a Dickens novel? Hanji, start answering. Which of these is not a character in a novel by Charles Dickens? Is it Bill Sikes, Mr. Pecksniff, Sam Weller, or Tom Sawyer? बताइए, this was an easy one. जो एक odd name है वो actually बहुत recognizable name है, बहुत famous name है, very, very likable character in English literature. हाँ जी. Which of these is not a character in a Dickens novel? Charles Dickens, who was a Victorian novelist, जिनका literary output काफ़ी ज़्यादा है, mainly consists of novels. उनके बहुत सारे interesting eccentric से characters हैं हमारे पास. A lot of them are child characters. Which of these is not a character in a Dickens novel? Is it Bill Sikes, Mr. Pecksniff, Sam Weller, or Tom Sawyer? Okay, so Ankita says D, Tom Sawyer. Devashi says Tom Sawyer again. Shrabani says he's a character drawn by... Yes, the correct answer is Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer was not a character by Charles Dickens. Tom Sawyer was a character created by Mark Twain. Mark Twain, who was an American writer. Mark Twain, who was an American writer. Mark Twain, who's known for his novel The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn and The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, wherein Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer are actually friends. These are two young boys and both of them are friends. Yes, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn and The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. हाँ जी, हाँ जी. सो ट्वेन का कैरेक्टर है टॉम सॉयर, बाकी जो तीन कैरेक्टर्स हैं वो चार्ल्स डिकेंस के कैरेक्टर्स हैं, उनकी नॉवेल्स में अपीयर करते हैं. ऑलराइट, ठीक है. आई होप यू विल रिमेंबर ऑल दीज फैक्ट्स दैट वी हैव डिस्कस्ड टुडे. एंड हम क्या करेंगे, द रेस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस विल कंटिन्यू दीज क्वेश्चंस इन द मास्टर क्लास टुडे एट 2 PM, राइट? सो मेक श्योर यू जॉइन मी देयर. हाँ जी, देवशी सेज सैमुअल लैंगहॉर्न क्लीमेंस. मार्क ट्वेन, एक्चुअली मार्क ट्वेन का ये सूडोनिम या पेन नेम है, उनका रियल नेम क्या था? सैमुअल लैंगहॉर्न क्लीमेंस. दैट्स वेरी गुड. Samuel Langhorne Clemens. Samuel Langhorne Clemens was the real name of the American author Mark Twain. That's the correct answer. Very nice. Chaliye, with that I'll be signing out for now. Okay, we'll meet at 2 PM and let's continue these questions in the masterclass. I hope this session has been useful to you. Till then, keep studying and good luck, people. Good luck. Have a good day.